Alright guys, he just got it fixed. We have Shardless Bug playing against Ant. We see Cameron's on the play here. He's going to start off with a Gataxian Probe. He's going to reveal a Bayou, Fetch Land, Sylvan Library, Shardless Agent, Tarmogoyf, and Daze. So if Cameron can go off this turn, it looks like smooth sailing. Cameron goes 18, he's going to draw his card, which is a Polluted Delta. He's already played his land for the turn, so he might just start off with a Ponder. I don't see a hand with him going off this turn. Yep, and this is what he does. He goes to go ahead and plays a Ponder. Lion's Eye Diamond, Cabal Therapy, and Lotus Petal. Those are pretty sweet. I don't know the rest of his hand. Yeah. Lotus Petal, Polluted Delta. He shuffled too fast for me to see. Draws the Lotus Petal. Chet drew a Polluted Delta for the turn. Plays his Misty Rainforest. Probably going to pass his turn. Oh, he's going to go ahead and go to 19. Chet fetches his Underground Sea and passes the turn. Cameron draws the Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's see if he well, he's going to Ponder. He's going to play the Ponder right into the Daze, which isn't a big deal. He wants to get rid of that Daze, and I don't see this being a Daze-worthy spell. But we both know that, yep, Chet's going to go ahead and Daze it, and play his Polluted Delta, and just pass the turn. Chet plays a Polluted Delta. I guess he wants to thin his deck instead of playing the Underground Sea that Cameron knows is in his hand. See if he gets a Bayou. I know he has one Bayou in his hand. I'm sorry, he wouldn't get a Bayou. He's going to get a blue one because he drew a Brainstorm for the turn. See if he gets a Tropical Island. Yep, he gets a Tropical Island. It looks like Chet's going to go ahead and pass the turn. At the end of the turn, Cameron's going to crack his Polluted Delta, dropping him down to 17. Chet's going to bluff the Stifle. Cameron gets the Underground Sea. I don't think Cameron has a Brainstorm, but this does help him Cabal Therapy next turn. And it does give him the green light to go ahead and take a look at Chet's hand. Cameron draws a Sensei's Divining Top. Cameron goes ahead and plays a Swamp. Plays a Sensei's Divining Top. Chet has to be wondering what he's playing against. Chet's going to Brainstorm in response. I see Wasteland, Abrupt Decay, and I think a Deathrite Shaman. Yeah. See what two cards he puts back. One Tarmogoyf. couldn't see what the other card is that he decided to put back. Atomic Weapon Sylvan Library. He's going to leave the Sylvan Library on top to draw. Cameron's going to pass the turn, decides to not Cabal Therapy this turn. Chet plays the Bayou. Abrupt Decay is the top. In response, he's going to spin the top. We see a Tendrils, Preordain. It looks like a Cabal Ritual. Cameron's going to go ahead and flip the top. Drawing the Preordain. Pretty much fizzling the Abrupt Decay. Cameron draws the top. Let's see if he decides to play the top this turn. I'm going to go ahead and Preordain first. I think you draw the Ritual this turn. Yeah, that's exactly what it does, and bottoms the Tendrils. Now all Cameron needs here is an Infernal Tutor. And he can go off, but I think at the end of the turn he's going to spin the top to try to find that Infernal Tutor. Going to Wasteland the Underground Sea, which is okay. This deck can still go off around this. Sees 2 fetches and a Duress. This Underground Sea hitting the graveyard is actually going to help his Cabal Ritual reach threshold. He now has 6 cards in his graveyard. Not that he couldn't do it before with the Lotus Petals. And this is a Tarmogoyf that Cameron doesn't even care about. It is a 3-4. We're going to see Cameron draw his fetch land. Probably going to crack it. We're going to go down to 16. Probably get another Underground Sea. Yep. Gets the Underground Sea. I think if you're Cameron here, you go ahead and use that Underground Sea to spin the top. That way, you do get your value out of it in case Chet does draw another Wasteland. And all he's really looking for is all Cameron's really looking for is a tutor. Sees Ponder, Preordain, and Gemstone Mine. Cameron's just going to pass the turn. Chet draws a Verdant Catacombs for the turn. Chet's going to go ahead and crack. We're probably going to see a Shardless Agent in here this turn. Let's see. Chet does run 2 Hematorox, which would be brutal here if he cascades into it. Nope, we just see the Sylvan Library. Tamagotchi getting in for 3. Gonna drop Cameron down to 13. Deathrite Shaman coming down. We see the Ponder draw. Unless there's a tutor on top, this is probably going to be a shuffle. Let's see, Preordained, Gemstone Mine, and a Brainstorm. Yeah, this is a shuffle. So all he's looking for is a tutor, and Cameron can go off this turn. And it's a polluted Delta. Doesn't help Cameron here. Yes, he's going to spin the top here. See, Lion's Eye Diamond, Cabal Ritual, and a Ponder. I think you go ahead and crack your polluted Delta here. Oh, looks like I'm wrong. Cameron's going to go ahead and just pass the turn. Chet's going to use his Sylvan Library. The wording on this card is pretty much the dumbest wording ever, and even on the Force of Will is a great draw for him. But we do know Cameron does have the Cabal Therapy in hand. Looks like he's just going to draw the one card. Let's see if we see Shardless Agent this turn. Oh, never mind. He can't Shardless Agent because he needs to keep a blue card for Force. So we just see the Tamagotchi swing in for a 3-4. We're going to drop Cameron down to 10. And probably just see a Tamagotchi this turn. You play Tamagotchi and then end turn get rid of a Ponder, and Cameron will be dead next turn, so he needs to crack this polluted Delta this turn. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the days into the Shardless bug. Tamagotchi is good. As we know, Cameron can't counter any spells. Oh, he's going to draw. Alright, let's spin the top. Past in Flames is the new card, but that doesn't get us anywhere. He needs to find the ritual this turn. Cameron's going to drop down the 9. So you can use the Volcanic Island to spin the top. We see Gataxian Probe. Oh, yeah, and that's it. There's nothing Cameron can do here. He can draw the Gataxian. Well, no, he can't. You can draw the Gataxian Probe, look at his hand, draw the top, spin one card deeper. Is about his only out he can do here. Hey Matt, I totally forgot to ask you if you wanted to commentate today. Um, Rossi's not here, and I don't know why I brain farted, but I should have asked you if you wanted to commentate. Did we not see Deathrite Shaman? Yeah, Deathrite Shaman ate the Ponder. Cameron should be at 7. The two Tarmogoyfs swing in. Those are both 3/4s. Gonna drop Cameron down to 1. And he's gonna use Deathrite activation to kill Cameron. And that's it. Alright, let's see our sideboard, guys. What we have here, on Chet's side, we have 1 Maelstrom Pulse, 2 Pithing Needles, 2 Crows and Grips, 2 Golgari Charms, 2 Graph Digger's Cage, 3 Stifle, and 3 Disfigure. I'm not a fan of the Stifle into the Shardless bug decks. I just hate cascading into a Stifle. I don't see it being that great. On Cameron, we see 1 Thoughtseize, 2 Swan Songs, 1 Empty the Warrens, 1 Surgical Extraction, 2 Chain of Vapors, 1 Massacre, 2 Dread of Night, 3 Erupt Decay, and 2 Exanted Swarm. I really like Exanted Swarm, but I do not like it against Abrupt Decay decks. So I would see the Thoughtseize, the Swan Songs, maybe even the Surgical Extractions coming in. For Chet, he's probably going to bring in... He's seen the top. He tried to Abrupt Decay the top, but we know that didn't work. So he's probably going to side in. He's probably going to side out the Abrupt Decays for the Crows and Grips. He could side in Stifle and side out the Shardless Agents. Stifle's great against Tendrils or Empty the Warren. Stifling the Storm is the tip. Oh, you want to go ahead and go off? Well, okay. I guess I'll lose 2 life, and you can gain 2 life. That is true. That is true, Matt Collins. I didn't even think about that. So let's see if we can see any of the cards that we're going to sideboard in against. See Cameron siding out. He's thinking about siding out a Lotus Petal. I guess he does side out the Lotus Petals. We see the Stifles coming in. Alright, this is going to be game 2. We're going to see Cameron on the play here, while our players pile shuffle their decks. Thank you very much for all you guys being at the channel today. If you guys haven't followed, please follow. We do live Legacy every Sunday. On Mondays, we have a fellow player that streams. His name's Chris Heron. He'll be streaming for us. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have 6-time Pro Tour player Adam Fox that streams for us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Um, he's been going back and forth. He's been playing a lot of Omnitel online. I guess he's getting some practice for. We're having a GP down here, and he's practicing standard and drafting, I'm pretty sure, as well. So you guys can catch that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Chris Heron on Mondays. Occasionally I'll jump in and stream when I've got some time. But let's see Cameron's hand. We see Cabal Therapy, Ponder. Dark Ritual. Let's see. I can't really see it. Scalding Tarn, Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy, or Cabal Ritual, Ponder. Yeah, there's a Cabal Therapy, and I can't see the last card. It's a pretty good hand for Cameron. It doesn't allow him to go off. He still needs a tutor like in the last game, but it is still a pretty good starting hand. I think we see the island, yeah. He just starts off with the island this turn, dropping off the 19. You can play a Ponder here and dig for the tutor that he's looking for. See Chet's hand's pretty solid as well. We see 3 land, a Brainstorm, Force of Will. I think there's even a Stifle in his hand as well. Chet's hand is stacked. Yep, here's a Ponder for Cameron. See a Duress, an Ad Nauseam, and a Duress. I actually think you keep these 2 Duresses on top. Chet keeps in the Abrupt Decay. Chet's going to fall to 19. We wanted to check his hand to see what land he has. We did see a Tropical Island. We'll probably see... he needs a blue card, yeah, Underground Sea, for the days that he has in hand. He does have a Delver in his Shardless Agent deck. And looks like, yep, Chet's going to go ahead and play his Delver. Cameron draws the Ad Nauseam. Let's see if he ponders. I think he's going to see 2 cards deeper because he knows the 1 Duress is on top. Chet's going to go ahead and daze. Cameron's going to play his Polluted Delta. Maybe Chet doesn't have a Stifle. I thought he did. Cameron's going to go ahead and drop to 18. Probably going to get an Underground Sea here or a Swamp. He needs his Black Source bad. Good job. He does get the Swamp. He's playing around Wasteland, which is the correct move because we do know Chet that has a Wasteland in his hand. Press. I'm sure he takes the Force of Will right here. He could take the Brainstorm and hope that Chet doesn't draw another blue card. He does take the Brainstorm. Chet draws a Misty Rainforest, which is not a blue card. Chet's going to go ahead and fall to 18. He didn't even check if his Delver was going to flip. He just drew his Misty Rainforest. That would tilt me a little bit if I was playing against Chet, especially to lose. Chet's deciding he does want to get that tropical island. Delver swings in for one, dropping Cameron down to 17. Cameron's going to start his turn. His draw is an Infernal Tutor. This is a good start for him. He can start off with Dark Ritual into Cabal Therapy to clear the force. Play Cabal Ritual, ad nauseum is what his play is here. Yep, we see the Dark Ritual. It's 3 mana. He's going to go ahead and Cabal Ritual now. I don't like that. He's losing out on mana. Wow, I don't like this play from Cameron at all. He's at Storm Count 3 with 0 mana floating after the ad nauseum. Cameron dropped to 17, 15, 13, 0, 12, 10. You keep going here. 9. Alright, looks like Cameron's going to stop here. Stopping at 9 life. He can go off this turn. Oh, yeah, I was going to say that was the wrong land to play. Not that it matters, he does have multiple Lotus Petals in hand. He is not worried about another blue card in hand, which is insane. He should be worried about another blue card because he knows about the Force. Has 5 mana, Storm Count 5, Storm Count 6, Storm Count 7, He's going to cast the Tutor. In response, he's going to crack both LEDs, probably for red and black. He's probably going to search up Past in Flames here. It didn't matter, he could have searched up Tendrils anyway. I don't think Cameron gives a shit, but it's still a scumbag move if he did draw. He might not have done it on purpose. But Luxor, thank you very much for following us. Like I said, every Sunday now we will be streaming live Legacy. Cameron doesn't give a shit. I missed it if he did draw a card on his turn. Um, we see Chet is down this game. Let's go ahead and go back to the sideboard and see what we see. See what we've seen. We did see the Empty the Warrens come in on Cameron. We did see the Abrupt Decays. Didn't see the Xanthid Swarm, which was good because Chet still has his Abrupt Decays in his deck. I don't know what he plans on Abrupt Decaying, but I think he just wanted to storm him some more. The deck's fun once it starts going off. So, alright, for Chet, we did see the Stifles come in. I think that's about it. I think that's all we've seen come in for him. But looks like Chet is taking the Stifles out. Wow. Let's go back to this. Maybe I didn't see that right. I think there's no reason for him to. I seen him side out a blue card. I don't know what blue card it was that he sided out. For Chet, the main board discard, he has. They might have been true names that I seen him side out. The only main board hand destruction is him and Liliana. So he has 3 hymns and 2 Liliana. There's only 5 cards. Chet is on the play this game. Tom, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for empowering the sloth. Dr. Derp, thank you very much for empowering the sloth. Thank you for the follow, guys. We do appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
We do have 31 viewers at the moment, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. If there are any more of you that haven't followed, please click the follow button so you can be notified of when we go live. See Cameron's hand, I'm not too fond of it. I see reactive cards like Abrupt Decay and Chain of Vapors. They're okay to start with. You don't really want 2 of them starting off in your hand, but I don't see a cantrip. Or maybe he does have a Ponder in hand. We see Chet playing his Watery Grave, coming down to 18. 18 life. Maybe Chet doesn't have 3 Underground Seas. Who are you telling to shut up? Alright. Is it going to brainstorm? This asshole's getting timed out. Bloop. Peace. Just unbanned you. Don't be a dick. The Pithing Needle's only good here against the, let's see what Pithing Needle's gonna name. It's only good against the Sensei's Divining Top. I'll let you guys know once we find out what the Pithing Needle's naming. It is naming top. Good. I don't think Cameron's running that many tops though. Let's see. He's only running one Sensei's Divining Top, and it's not in his hand. LED is a mana ability. It doesn't stop LED. Yes, you're thinking of Revoker. Ugh, that's a gross brainstorm. I do not like any of those cards. Other than the brainstorm, we can put the Abrupt Decay and the Past in Flames back. Yeah, that's what he does. If I was Cameron, I'd fetch here. Yep, Cameron's going to go to 18. Probably fetch up a island to play around Wasteland. If he does get the Underground Sea, it's not that big of a deal. Cameron does run. Let's see, how many Undergrounds does he run? He does only run 2 Underground Seas. So he gets the Tropical Island so he can cast his Abrupt Decay. He's going to ponder this turn. And Chet dazes. Chet plays his island for the turn again. Doesn't have double black for that Hymn to Torok in his hand. Doesn't have the green for the Tarmogoyf either. I can't see what that last card is that's in Chet's hand. Oof, and Cameron draws the Empty the Warrens, which is not a good card here. He's going to go ahead and cast Brainstorm. Tendrils, Infernal Tutor, and Lion's Eye Diamond. The Lion's Eye Diamond was a great draw, and so was the Tutor. He's going to go ahead and put the Empty the Warrens, and what was the other card? You can go ahead and put them back. He is Brainstorm locked this turn. He can't cast another Brainstorm to get a card deeper, but it's not where he wants to go. There is the Forest, so he can cast his Tarmogoyf, or Shardless Agent. Shardless Agent into Hymn to Torok would be sweet for Chet. Not that great for Cameron, but there are a few cards in Cameron's hand that he doesn't mind getting rid of at the moment. Chet's hand does have Pithing Needle, Shardless Agent, Abrupt Decay. Him the Torok. And there's one card that I can't see. There's Tarmogoyf. We do have instant sorcery land in hand. Tarmogoyf is a 3/4. Cameron draws the Empty the Warrens. And we're going to see that Tarmogoyf Abrupt Decay. There's a Daze on Chet's side. Let's see if we see Abrupt or if we see Shardless Agent coming down here. 3 mana. Looks like a Shardless Agent. Shardless Agent into a counterspell. Which is funny because I don't see counterspell at all on this list. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 3 counterspells on this list. It's right above the Force to Will. Cameron needs some help. Brainstorm into Cataxian Probe, Island, and Ponder. These could be the cards that can help him out here. Yeah, well, with the cards that he sided in, I don't know why it would be still in the deck as well. See Cameron play the Island for the Ponder. It is like you said, it is a blue card for Force of Will, but I hate siding in. All these cards are terrible for him. This should be a shuffle for Cameron. He really wants to draw an LED. Yeah, and this is a shuffle. Ugh. The top decks have not been good to Cameron. It is an Abrupt Decay. We're going to see Cameron cast Cataxian Probe, revealing him, Pithing Needle, and Daze. Cameron draws a Ponder. This Ponder's probably going to get dazed as his aggressive Chet is playing Daze. He's deciding. Yeah, I think this is the right play. He really wants a Swamp. And it is an Abrupt, or is a Deathrite Shaman, which is pretty good here. I mean, it does guarantee that he can him next turn. Shardless Agent getting in for 2, getting to 14. But all Cameron has to do is draw a... he does have the Tutor, he does have the Lion's Eye Diamond. If he draws another Lion's Eye Diamond, he can go off this turn. Cameron knows the Deathrite Shaman is the draw for the turn. Ugh, and it is a Duress. Cabal therapy is great here. Let's name him the Torok. I didn't realize he had the Cabal therapy in his hand. Goodbye, him. Chet untaps, draws his card, which we cannot see. There's a wasteland. Shardless agent getting in there, dropping Cameron down to 12. Let's see if this wasteland blows up this underground sea. He just himmed hims. You are absolutely correct. If I'm Chet, you hit this underground sea right now, yes. Cameron's going to go ahead and pass the turn. Dropping Cameron down, I think to 10, if I'm not mistaken. Chet draws a Force of Will. Shardless agent dropping Cameron down to 8, which is pretty close to turning off ad nauseum. Draw is another duress. These top decks have been brutal. Needle is naming Sensei's Divining Top. There is a one of on Cameron's list that Cameron did see, or that Chet. No, you can't do that. Wow, I would have called him out on that. I guess what the wording is, if you go to your discard, you cannot activate Deathrite Shaman. But if Cameron's nice and lets it resolve, we do see a blue card for Force of Will. Shardless agent coming down, dropping Cameron down to 4. This is, oh, and that is a timely swamp. It is, I think, a little too late. Sam, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for empowering the sloth. Cameron can last one more turn. He can Chain of Vapors, the Shardless Agent, and Abrupt Decay, the Deathrite Shaman. It's either Abrupt Decay on a Deathrite Shaman. The Polluted Delta drawn by Chet, but this game is over, unfortunately, because Cameron is going to Chain of Vapors. Poodle Clucks, thank you very much for the follow. We see the chain coming down on the Shardless Agent. Chet is going to go ahead and force a will with us. Yep. And unfortunately, that is game, ladies and gentlemen. I do think that it was due to the top decks of Cameron. Cameron's and his top decks weren't getting better. It was Gataxian Probe into Duress into Duress. That was not good.